Hello and welcome to 5 Minutes of Civilization 5. My name is Aeonchix and I'm here for Gamecrux.com, bringing you a little glimpse into the demo of Civilization 5, which weighs in at a hefty 5 gigabytes. So I figured I'd give you this video to give you some idea of whether this demo seems like a thing for you. In the demo, you have access to one map and 3 civilizations, the Egyptians, the Greeks, and the Persians, I think. Which is, fairly generous for the demo. The problem is that you can only play for 100 turns in the demo, which is a bit of a restriction. 100 turns lasted me about an hour in my first playthrough, and that was me playing through fairly passively, so I wouldn't have spent too long on each turn with my military. I would just have been hitting next turn, next turn, next turn, let's develop my city-state. Now, Civilization 5 has pretty much the same basic gameplay elements of Civilization 4, to the extent whereby if you played Civilization 4, it's going to be a huge help in this demo because it doesn't have a lot of guidance. There's a lot of instructions in the game to sort of help you with stuff, but there isn't a lot of guidance to tell you what you should be doing. There are the advisors who sort of, will come up, build X unit, but you don't really get a huge idea of why you have to build X unit, so having played a previous Civilization game will really help with this demo, and the full game if there isn't a more featured tutorial. What the screen we've got up here is I've just met the city-state of Hanoi. City-states are one of the big new gameplay features in Civilization 5. They essentially act as little quest hubs, whereby you have to sort of build up these guys' allegiance to get their nearby resources and more gifts from them. You get their allegiance by either helping them when they come to you with like these mini quests, such as taking out another city-state, and or by like donating stuff such as units or gold. The city-states don't act as like proper civilizations. They won't expand or anything, but they bring a lot to the gameplay by for giving you these little mini objectives that are easily set. In Civilization, lots of people have problems with the fact that the game is so open, they just sort of don't know what to do. But city-states give you clear, identifiable goals to making your civilization better. Now here I've got my first settler, and in classic Civ style, I'm about to start my first city, which will be Athens, because I'm playing as Alexander the Great in this particular case. I'm going to set him up near the water, so that we've got access to fishing resources, so we've got access to water trade lanes. Set him up next to these gems because they increase my population's happiness. There we go. There's the city of Athens. I'm going to change it to a more suitable name because Athens just doesn't sit right by Aeon, so there we go. We got some Anopolis going for you. I figured Opolis, that's a fairly Greek name. A big change in Civilization 5 is the importance they place on gold. Cities don't grow just by culture like they used to. You can see there's a purple tile down the bottom, and a city will grow eventually one tile at a time from culture, but it's far more realistic to buy new land. You can see this big buy a tile thing that's going on. And also you can purchase units, unlike in previous Civilization games, although they're fairly expensive, as you're about to see. Yeah, there we go. And then we've also got this buy a tile menu where you can buy extra land, and you can also see the resources on the land so you know what you're buying. So money plays a lot bigger role in Civilization 5 than ever before. Culture can also be used to do these social policies, which sort of act like mini traits if you ever played WoW or any RPG for that matter. At the moment we've only got access to unlock the Liberty, Honor or Tradition. And then once you unlock those, you each get this little talent tree within it, which you can purchase. You can see there's a bit of prerequisite stuff going on there. If I purchase aristocracy with oligarchy, then I can get to monarchy or landed elite, for example. So that's a new mechanic in Civilization 5 that you can try out in the demo. And also the city-states are pretty common in the demo. You don't have that many relationships with other civilizations. There's maybe 3 other civilizations in the demo map, but there's a whole bunch of city-states. You can really get to grips with like how that works. The 100 turn limit is a bit nasty because stuff takes a while to build in Civ, even more than I remember Civ 4 being. You're hitting next turn a lot in the early game in Civ 5 and not actually doing a lot. It seems like a slower burn. So 100 turn limit might mean that you don't actually get to accomplish that much. Research, as I'm going to show you when we open the technology tree, it's exactly the same as in Civ 4, which is good because the Civ 4 research thing is really good. You can clearly see the prerequisites, how many turns it's going to take to research that, and what resource it's going to give you, what benefits it's going to give you. So that's all really good. There's a fairly extensive like help system and like sort of Civipedia in Civilization 5, or at least the demo. But as I said, there's no guiding tutorial to tell you what to do with all that information, although the information is pretty helpful by itself. When there's building, there's now 4 different advisors, and they'll each advise you to do different things. So for example, this warrior is for my both science advisor and my military advisor. I don't know why my science advisor wants a warrior, but apparently he does. And then my foreign advisor wants a scout, and then my political advisor, I think, wants or a cultural advisor, in fact, wants a monument for my town. I'm going to build a warrior because that's how we do it. And essentially I want another scout to survey the land around me. Okay, well that's a quick look at Civilization 5. I hope you enjoyed that. It's an enjoyable demo, if a bit short. Well, it's an hour of gameplay, which is fairly long for a demo, really, but at the same time, is not what you want from a Civ game. You really want a full, 40-minute and a full, couple of hour experience to tell you what the whole game's going to progress like. But yeah, it's a fun demo, but extremely high in bandwidth. See you around.